Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. Let's talk about the top 10 winners, the top 10 losers, and the list of stocks that I follow. What a crazy day. It was up and then it was down. It looks like the bottom is just falling out overnight. Who knows what's going on? Let's talk about the winners, though. So, Novavax, they got a $388 million grant or something from CEPI for COVID-19 vaccine development. Now, they're an interesting situation because they don't have very much revenue normally, and there's nothing other than this grant or this infusion of what looked to be like 10 times their normal um, revenue amount or something. It was just crazy. Like, this is totally overvalued. And when I see them jump by 62% today, and they're a $2 billion market cap company, but their revenue is so low, um, I think that this will fizzle out as so many people are out here trying to solve the COVID-19 problem, and a vaccine is so many years away that you can almost set your watch to it. That this 39.82, I mean, look at what this is doing in the last 30 days, right? Boom, right? Shot up, but the company doesn't have anything more than that huge cash infusion. So once you price that cash infusion in, now it's kind of like, well, where do they go from here? They got to develop this thing. They got to actually, they just got the money. Now they got to do something. I see this dropping, like you could actually take like a put on them at like 35 even. I bet you this sucker drops down by like 20% over the next couple days. You can just feel it. This is abnormal. It's not like they're all of a sudden going to get tremendous amount of business, or maybe they'll get another 500 million from CEPI or whatever that organization was, but I doubt it. I think that's a one-time thing as we fight this. So let's look at any other winners on here. Rand Capital, I call those crap bundlers. Capital markets, crap bundlers. I don't touch them. So I stay away from capital markets. I want to just invest in one stock at a time. I don't need to invest in groups of stocks and funds and everything that other people have chosen. They take their good with the bad. We just take the good here on kenbraverman.com. JCPenney taking a bounce, even though they're like going bankrupt. It's a 20-cent bounce or 4-cent bounce. It means nothing. Look at JCPenney's microcap shrinking down to nothing. Broadwind Energy. So this is a wind turbine company. They got such a small microcap at 36 million. I like what they're doing. I don't know if the demand's going to be there, and they're just too small to really. And I've noticed them for a couple days here. This is a couple days of them going up. I don't know. Risk a tiny bit on it is fun, I guess, because I like what they're doing, but I don't think it. That they can only scale that up so much. So I don't know what to do with that. Acorns, a micro, they're under expensive litigation. Stay away from that. Obviously, American Public Education. Now, when I was reading the bio on them, they're on campus post-secondary education. So are they migrating everything to online somehow and still offering credentials? I don't trust anything until I understand how all physical building schools are going to be operating, because we haven't got the virus under control yet, so we don't have an answer for that. So it's too early to gamble on institutions that are in person still. We're still in semi-lockdown. You'll see it as people start to get sick here over the next few weeks. Nine, Energy Service, oil field, let's stay away from that stuff. United Natural Foods. So here, this is a natural food company in the US and Canada. I don't know if there was anything all that special in what they're doing. They're not like a Beyond Meat or Impossible Foods, which is not a public company, a private company, but they're not a company that's doing something new and innovative in the food space, like replacing meat with plant protein. They're just bringing in like, fancy trail mix from what I saw. And I don't quite understand why this is jumping so much, other than I guess their demand for their food is up because they stock in the grocery stores. Maybe, I don't know. Not that huge of a market cap, but that's why what's going on there. Direct. Direct is a potential, but the financials are ugly, it says me. So yeah, I don't like small cap companies with bad financials unless they're really doing something amazing. Optical components is this IIVI. It's something about lasers. I don't know too much about lasers, so I can't really speak all that knowledgeably on this, but that is a pretty nice arc, so I think there's a demand for these laser products. Let's look at the losers of the day. The losers of the day. I love seeing California oil companies losing money and not doing anything. Let's stop drilling for oil and let's continue creating energy from the sun and wind, stuff that just naturally happens, and not burn things in our atmosphere. Let's do that. Advanced emission solutions. Yeah, so they do emissions for coal plants. They are the biggest loser today. Good. I don't want any more coal plants. Let's get rid of them. California Resources Corp, oil company in California. Boom. Down. Love it. Gannett used to work there and it sucked. Love it. No, I don't know. They're kind of a newspaper. They go down 20. Yeah, they went up crazy 2 days ago and then they go down 20% today. Cumulus Media, another, I call them country music dinosaur. Nashosaurus. Why do I call it Nashosaurus? Probably because it's in Nashville. Oh, yeah, that's because it's going bankrupt and heavily in Nashville. That's why I called it that. Going extinct. So they're down 20% today. Not surprised. Marchex, less than profitable advertising company. Yeah, advertising's not all that essential when anyone can do it, and you can do it for free. So that makes sense. Commvault Systems, just cloud storage company, nothing special. Problems. Information Services Group, Market Intelligence, nothing special, down 16%. Identity Fossil. Okay, Fossil is the one on here. This is a mall store and also a fashion, fashion consumer discretionary type. They are down 15% today, and it's down to 3. Look at that, 156 million. This is not worth 156 million. This is worth a lot less because people are not going back to the malls in any way like they used to. Stuff has changed. As much as we wish it didn't, it has, and we're gonna maintain this change for a while. So you can do like puts on these guys below $3. Like it's gonna just keep going down over the next several months as nobody shops there. And if they don't migrate to online, then they're in big trouble. Let's look at how my stocks did today. I'm not expecting to see good things. Yeah, wow. Things started to get blown out in like the last hour. I don't know what happened, but somewhere people got spooked and there was a sell-off. So Tesla, of course, survives pretty well, like they're going to do because they're an awesome company. So they're just down just a shade, 1/4%. Walmart manages to be up slightly, of course, because that's what they do. Um, I got in there with them at 123. You can see that you just can't help but make money with that company. Okay, Tast. Yeah, so this is the Burger King change. So they're micro cap. They had a ugly day, but they're a very volatile stock. So watch for them to bounce back in both directions frequently. I'm not too worried about that because the Burger Kings and the Impossible Burger and the fast food with the drive-through, it's super important, and I find myself doing it. If a place doesn't have a drive-through, it's more annoying to get their food. You really have to plan it. And a lot of us Americans are not planners. So we see a drive-through window and you don't want to have to run it with a mask or whatever. You just get it from your car. So I see Tast to bounce back. Get it now at 382. It's going to go up. Merck. Now this is ugly. I don't know what's going on. They're actually down another percent in after hours trading. I didn't see any news. I don't know what's going on. I'm still waiting to hear what they're doing with the Pepcid trial because I think I keep seeing marginally good things and it makes sense. So I don't know what's up with this. I expect to hear some news about the Pepcid thing any week now, any day, any week now. And we'll see how that affects the stock. Even though it's a generic with them that's been around for a while, they still have the license to it. They have to have some spillover impact of income from using that, and especially altering it and giving it intravenously and yada yada. Like there's a lot going on there. Google down 2% today. So some of these blue chips in the bigger stocks are taking hits today. Abbott Labs takes a hit today, 2%. AT&T takes a hit today, under 29 now. They're so undervalued when you look at their chart. I mean, look at this. That's just 30 days. Go back 365 days real quick. Look at how AT&T, I mean, this is one of the two major diversified telecom companies in the United States that's got towers and plans and stores. I know the stores aren't going to get used that much. Maybe they'll close them down, but they don't need the stores as much. They can send you their stuff, I guess. I don't know. I'm surprised at just staying down there. It just doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm missing something in their financials, but I still think there's value there. Lightest down a little bit today, but they're surviving the COVID economy, so they're fine. Wendy's down again. It might be time to pick up Wendy's soon because they're taking hits from the rest of the market. I have been talking about this in previous weeks. I haven't brought it up in a while because the market kind of stabilized over the last few weeks and didn't have that fear of having 400, 500, 600 point drop days like it did today. But uh, I kind of refreshing and going back to how you're thinking about things. Yeah, we're opening up and everyone, there's so many people that think everything's going to be fine and that we're going to kind of go back to normal. And they're in for this awakening over the next few weeks. And it's starting probably right now, which is we hear about more cases. We start to personally know somebody who's sick or who dies. And we then start to realize how real this is. And then we question what's essential and what's necessary. And then all of a sudden we cuddle back up at home with Netflix and not out at any specialty retailer store. Or like, when's the next time a kid's gonna have a party at like a trampoline place, where there's hundreds of kids jumping on the trampolines? Hell no. Never happening again. Chuck E. Cheese ever opening again? I don't know. Dave and Buster's? Forget about it. Like, they're just not coming back anytime soon because we don't have an all-out cure. It's really it's fascinating but scary but destabilizing and just a whole bunch of that's why there's volatility is king right now. Everything's going up and down like out of control. Intuitive Surgical down 3% today, getting a little cheaper. Microsoft down 2%. You can see that there was an overwhelming, I'm a little scared and I'm going to take some money out of equities that happened at like 2 or 3 o'clock today. You can see it on the chart. FICO. FICO's down, but everybody's, but even FICO is down today, 5%. Amazon down 2%, Verizon down 1%, Sherwin-Williams down side. So it's nice to see, like, did any of these get cheap enough to pick up? And even Walmart, didn't have the decency to go down today like everybody else. Is they the only winner on here? Oh my God. Of all the stocks I had, Beyond Meat is up 4.67%, but I clearly haven't adjusted their numbers, and I'm going to adjust their numbers. If you get them over 125 to 100, they do have a weird range. I'm going to move them up a little bit because I heard they're getting into a deal with McDonald's potentially in Canada. They're starting out. It only moves them up to here. Yeah, I mean, they're a fuzzy company, but they're going to have a lot of action because they are making waves. So keep an eye on them down there. But they're out of my range because I remember when they were at 100 and I did something there, and now I just kind of am watching from afar. I don't know how high they'll go. Sure, it's Verizon, Amazon, eBay, not doing much, but at 42, and I had them 30, 35. They kept going up for a little while. Good for them. Domino's is solid now. Is there any value there? I say no. Yeah, because they might inch up, but they're probably going to trade sideways for a while. I'm guessing maybe a little arc up. TA. Now this is interesting because Travel Centers of America has to do with like those truck stops and stuff all over the country. There aren't thousands of them. There are hundreds of them, and you'd think that they might be in trouble because they're a physical place. But the answer is I don't think that they're in trouble because you still have to stop when you drive. And they're going to adopt new precautions, but I think their business model is sound because I think people are going to be driving more and flying less because it feels safer. You've got your own compartmentalized vehicle where you can control your environment and hopefully what you bring into it as best you can and the people you travel with. And so although people you travel with, you make sure the people you travel with aren't sick. But you seem like you want to drive more than you want to fly right now. I mean, I know from personal experience, I can see that. So I think that they have room to grow considering they took such a hit recently. Netflix down a little bit, but not even close. Clearwater Paper, it's more Learn Moore's down there, but that's about it right now. So overwhelmingly down day for a lot of things, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow, but get ready for violent swings. Get ready for the Fed trying to inject money into the system to try to prevent this from happening, and people not working and being concerned, and Wall Street feeling uncertain, driving a lot of these things down. So things are going to react off big news like Beyond Meat, big news, working with McDonald's and getting their non-meat product, which people apparently want to try right now, out. Um, Walmart, because Walmart's going to be open and still going to be a place that we all have to go. I was looking at some, I want to look at something for a sec. And then I'll be done with everything here. Let's go back up to the biggest losers of the day. And I saw some things down here that I decided, I was like, yeah, Fossil should be shorted or put at like 3 for them. There was somebody else. It was like American Home Store or something. I think, did they just go up? Maybe they're on the other side of the list. At Home Group, yeah. At Home Group is up 14.75% today to 280. And I saw that and I'm like, wait a minute. I looked them up. They're home decor. They got brick and mortar store stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this going up? What's their market cap? They're a $179 million market. I'm like, wait a minute. Look at the first of all, look at this chart. Sales weren't great to begin with over the last year. Give them the last 60 days. And I thought, well, they're a brick and mortar home store. Like, are you going to be going out and buying a couch or buying something? I'm like, maybe you will, but there are other competitors. You'd rather have something delivered to you that you buy online anyway. That'd be the optimal way, so you don't have to go and shop around. Then I was thinking, well, what about the people who do want to go around? What if I went and I wanted to go buy a couch and I was near one of these At Home Group locations and I would think about doing it, and they were open because they had been closed for a while. I think they might still be closed in several states. So then they reopen. I'd be like, am I going to want a couch that somebody was sitting on? I mean, do I have to take the display one? Or are they just going to mail it from somewhere else anyway? Like, what's the point of really going in there? And it just made me think this is going to be such a special thing for you to buy that their demand for their store and their retail place is just going to drop, and they're going to be left with real estate and hardly any sales, and really being able to only do it online if they can even do that, where they're competing with the rest of the world. So I think you short them and you put it like 3 for them too, and you make a couple $100 probably, because they're probably going bankrupt, as much as I hate to say it. So anyway, interesting day. We'll watch it tomorrow. May all your trades be winning.